with Thompson Management Consulting with the On Location Spotlight Entrepreneur Series. And I am here again with another member of the Greater Augusta Black Chamber of Commerce. This is the Saturday when we are interviewing several business owners and entrepreneurs who are members of the Greater Augusta Black Chamber of Commerce. And I have the pleasure of interviewing Focus Digital Marketing Group. And we're going to learn a little bit about what they do and the services they provide and how you can basically take advantage of their services. How you doing this morning?
Good. How are you, sir?
Doing pretty good.
Good.
Yeah, man. So how long you been a member of the chamber?
I've been a member of the chamber about 3 months. But I've been working with the chamber via digital marketing services probably for 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And your name?
My name is Matt Frazier.
Matt Frazier.
Yep, owner operator.
All right.
Yeah.
So you're the visionary behind Focus.
Yeah. I'm the creative one. I had to have a team around me to put everything in place, but I'm the creative.
I hear you. And explain marketing, digital marketing, and because we always hear digital marketing. Right. You got to capitalize on digital marketing. Yeah. What is digital marketing?
Yeah, you know what? That is the number one question I've always been asked. What do you do? So digital marketing, it is creating awareness online. So all of digital marketing begins and ends with the digital platform. And it all ties in together. So it's creating awareness and generating leads online via website, social media, email marketing, text message marketing, anything that a business needs to be found online. Those are some of the services that we provide.
Right. So when we talk about digital, we're talking about the online space.
Yeah, online. Correct.
Yes. Being folks who can access you from their smartphones, they can access you from a computer.
That's right.
And you have basically all of your business information online where they can find you.
That's right. Absolutely.
All right. So tell us about Focus Digital Group.
So Focus Digital Marketing, we're a full service digital marketing agency. And we provide some of the following services: website design, hosting services, social media management, paid ad management, graphic designs, logo designs, text message and email marketing. But probably the most important piece of what we do is our strategic marketing, our strategic campaigns, because you got a website, you got a social media page, but if you don't have a strategic plan on how to make those work together, then you're just posting. And we always have the motto, post with a purpose.
I like that.
Yeah.
Well, because you got to have a purpose.
Yeah, right? What is your purpose? What do you want people to do?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And people are just, sometimes they just throw stuff on.
Yeah.
And they don't have a reasoning behind why they're just throwing stuff on.
Yeah.
And sometimes they miss the mark.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
So how do you convince, I'm a solo entrepreneur, right? And we think sometimes we need thousands of dollars, like the big corporations, right? To market ourselves in the digital space. How do you convince a solo entrepreneur, an independent contractor, to invest in digital marketing? How do you convince them?
Well, the reason why, I got into this business and started Focus Digital was to give those small businesses and those solopreneurs an option for digital marketing, because the price range really scales. So I wanted to give them an affordable option to where the people who might not have time to do it themselves not break the bank by having someone else do it. So we try to do that. We try to give them a professional service without breaking the bank. But I tell a lot of my clients and even prospects, people can't support what they don't know about.
That's right.
You can have the best website in the world, but if nobody knows about it, it's just sitting there. And not to mention, people spend the majority of their day online.
Right.
So when you talk about digital, you talk about people leaving home without their wallets before they leave home without their cell phones.
Exactly.
If you leave home without your cell phone, you turn it back around. The wallet, oh no, I can do Apple Pay or Google Pay or something like that. I'll be okay.
Yeah.
But not your cell phone. So that's the way that you can stay connected to your online customer base.
Right. You could be like 10, 15 minutes into your trip. Oh my God, my phone.
Well, my phone, right.
You turn right back.
Absolutely.
To go get that phone, because that phone is like our lifeline.
It is.
It's our connection to everything.
Everything.
Because the entire world now is online.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is digitized,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And it's great that you have these packages for the solopreneur,
Right.
the independent individual, the micro enterprise. Because even though it's important for them to be in the digital space and to be online and have that virtual presence, sometimes for some businesses they may not have the money to invest, but if you develop those packages for them, it's a great way to help them. Right. So I was checking out your Facebook page last night, right?
Okay.
And your website, and some pretty interesting statistics, right?
Right.
Nearly 91% of web pages get no organic traffic.
That's right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Why is that? And for our audience, what is organic traffic?
So organic traffic is traffic that's going to naturally or organically come to your page.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of under the premise of, hey, if we open up the doors to our store, people are going to come rushing in.
Mm-hmm.
So it's that whole mindset. So that's organic traffic. People who are just going to go to your website without any type of promotion or any type of advertising.
Mm-hmm.
So the majority of sites, they don't get a lot of organic traffic because simply people don't know about it.
Mm-hmm.
The number one search tool, Google, that's where people go to find out, hey, I need a new car. Let me find some car dealerships in the area.
Right.
A lot of times you won't be top of mind. And that's what we try to strive to help our clients with, to stay top of mind. When people think of an attorney, they're going to think about the one who spends tens of thousands of dollars a month on radio, online, billboards, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to direct traffic to your site. You build the site, now you want to direct people there.
Mm-hmm.
And I always tell clients, use your social media as a vehicle to drive traffic to your website. Your service should not begin and end online. They should be able to do everything that they need to do on your social media page.
Right.
Okay? That's where you give them a little teaser, give them information. The call to action should always be, hey, go to our website. Go. That's how you drive the traffic.
Right. And it's important for small businesses to understand because, even though we struggle with limited budgets, it's still affordable to contract someone like yourself.
Absolutely.
Because you have a website, but you need to get people to the website. And it could be the difference between staying in the red, coming into the black, going further into the black, by leveraging your social media to get folks to your website so they'll know exactly what you're doing.
Absolutely, because social media, that platform is free for the most part. And I tell prospects all the time, hey, either you can do it or you can pay somebody to do it. Right. It's not rocket science. It's not something that you can't figure out if you have the time and the interest. Right. So it's not like rebuilding a motor in a car, something you just could. This stuff is very doable for your average person. But what we get a lot of times are people who are so afraid of the digital space and they just don't know anything about it, so they want to try to avoid it at all costs. You can't avoid digital. It's only going to get more detailed, more involved in our everyday lives and business. So you can't ignore it or avoid it. So you have to either learn how to do it or pay somebody to do it. And with it becoming such a demand, you have so many different options now at different price points. So it is very affordable now.
Yeah, and it's the fear of the unknown has to be erased because it's a necessity, in order to remain solvent as a business. Remaining solvent meaning you're driving traffic to your site, and from that traffic, now you're funneling everything down to those businesses who are actually giving you money to do business with them. So we got Facebook, we got LinkedIn, we got Twitter, we have YouTube, we have TikTok. There's so many platforms out there, right? Where should small businesses invest their dollars, and what works best for whom? Like, what works best for the local hair salon and barbershop? Does it work for the restaurant and the cafe? owner, and the same platform works for the small manufacturing company.
Right.
What works best for whom?
Well, as far as the social media platforms, Facebook is still number one. It is number one,
and that's ubiquitous for everyone.
Right, for everyone.
Yeah, for everyone.
2.1 billion users.
Right.
So that needs to be the foundation of at least what you have.
Right.
I mean, don't jump to a LinkedIn and you don't even have a Facebook.
Right.
So that should at least be the foundation is Facebook, Instagram.
Right.
And now, once you start getting into different industries and different niches, then we can see, okay, what are some of these other platforms that might be good? Is Pinterest good for you? You know, if you're a designer, you have T-shirts, and Pinterest might be a good option for you. You know, are you promoting something to the younger demographic? If so, TikTok or Snapchat might be one of the platforms that you might use. You know, are you doing something that's a business-to-business type of service? Then maybe LinkedIn might be where you want to go. So I will start with the foundation of a Facebook, at least. Even if you don't do Facebook and Instagram, I would at least start with a Facebook, and then you can start to find out your niche and what other platforms you can include.
Exactly, like you mentioned, it's a B2B type engagement. LinkedIn works.
Right.
Facebook in general, you can set up a Facebook advertisement. It depends on geography, set the geography and everything.
Yep.
That works. I know some artists, like entertainers, those in the media art space.
Right.
Twitter works because they can send out tweets.
Yep.
You know, I'm going to be performing here, or we're setting up this event here. Join us, today. TikTok, the younger demographic.
Video.
Right. Snapchat, the younger demographic. So it works depending upon the type of business model, and it works, and it's great. So I got some statistics here because it's really interesting, and I drive these statistics because I want small business owners to know that taking advantage of these resources is to their advantage.
Absolutely.
Right? When we look at smartphones in the U.S., 260 million smartphones in the U.S. Right? How many people are on Facebook? 2.1 billion. You just said it, right? 2.1 billion. Instagram, 1 billion. Right? LinkedIn, 750 million. YouTube, 2.3 billion. Right? Because videos is everything.
Yeah.
Right? YouTube, TikTok, whatever, right?
And then with YouTube being connected to Google,
right?
All those Gmail users and Google users is connected.
Right. Exactly. Twitter, 192 million, right? And these statistics continue to increase because the more people have access to digital mediums, smartphones, and increased technology, enhanced technology, the more people we'll find online. More people we walk around with our smartphones every day. We do everything with our smartphones. We sit in meetings on our smartphone. We should be paying attention to the speaker, right? And we're scrolling and we're finding information, right? What about email marketing, right? What do you recommend for email marketing?
Email marketing is good, but in certain industries, I would probably prefer text message marketing over email marketing. Only because with email marketing, you have maybe a 15 to 20% open rate because we get so much junk email, right?
Yes.
And some of it automatically goes into the spam folder. If it's not something that's directly relating to that customer, they may or may not open. But with the text message marketing, has a 95% open rate within the first 5 minutes. You know why? Because we are sticklers for having unopened text messages on our phones. We'll open it just to open it.
Right.
So text messages are starting to become a lot more effective now than email marketing, or a combination of both.
Right.
And that's what we really put together with our agency. We try to include everything. You get a little bit of everything because it all ties together. So email marketing is starting to become a very crowded space because you're getting it from everywhere. You sign up for a rewards card. They're asking for your phone number, email address, so they can send you things. Data capture, very big. So that's starting to become a crowded space. Text message marketing, open rate, great.
95%.
Right. Within the first 5 minutes.
Within the first 5 minutes, and it requires you to get the phone number, the mobile number of the individual, and you can blast text messages and so on and so forth.
And the way to get that, it's just like anything in life. And I like to to compare digital marketing to dating. You know, when you approach a lady out somewhere, hey, can I buy you a drink?
Yeah.
You're offering value. So
Right.
in order to get that information, the name, phone number, email address, add some type of value, give away some type of value. Hey, if you sign up for this, you get 20% off your first such and such.
Exactly.
Or we're raffling off this gift certificate or gift basket, and you know, we'll contact you by email, phone number. People will willingly give you their information.
Right.
And now with data being the number one resource in the world, a business card is worth a certain amount of money because you can add that to your data bank. So that's part of the digital strategy. Always get the data.
Right.
Because if you have a new product coming out or a new service or a new promotion, you don't want to have to start from ground zero and say, hey, how are we going to get this out? You already have a database of 200, 300, 500 people that at the click of a button, you can send out that new promotion.
Right. Because it's a competitive field out there.
Right.
Yeah, everybody, we who are business owners, we all have competitors.
Right.
So it's who can reach the market more effectively, more consistently with value add information and get our intended target market to do business with us.
Absolutely.
And that's what it's all about. And if we can do that, if we can enhance the experience with text messaging, 95% open rate within 5 minutes, that's phenomenal. Right?
Absolutely.
However, if entrepreneurs are intending to use the email marketing platform, which do you recommend? Right? Your unbiased opinion, right?
Well, you can set them all up. There's so many to choose from.
Yeah.
I mean, they have so many that's customized, so many that's kind of built in. But what my company does, we like to set up our email marketing attached to a sales funnel. So that just makes it more strategic, and you're not just sending out random things, but you're sending out information to a warm audience that you already have that's already interested. So we use the sales funnel and use the email marketing as a part of the sales funnel.
Right. Exactly.
And just about any program can do that right now. So it is not really one that I choose over another.
Yeah. It's just another channel through which to reach your market and marketing. Does traditional marketing still work? Is traditional print marketing?
It all works together. Because remember, you need about 7 touches before somebody's going to decide to buy. So, you know, they see your post on Facebook. Okay, then they're riding down the street and they see your name on the billboard. And then they turn on the radio and then they hear your commercial there. And it gives them the impression that, oh, this company is very big. They're everywhere. Everybody's talking about them.
Yes.
So it all works hand in hand. The more channels that you can fit in within your budget, the better.
Right. And that's great because some folks may still see value in traditional marketing as they're building their knowledge about the value of digital marketing. Right. So it's good to know that hey, you can still do traditional with digital. Right. Why is branding so important to an independent contractor? I mean, when we talk about marketing our image and branding ourselves, leaving that footprint on the mind of the marketplace, why is branding so important to an independent contractor, sole proprietor, a micro enterprise?
So with branding, you want to control how the customer sees you. You want to control your positioning. Are you positioned as the cream of the crop, or are you positioned as the last person to call if all else fails? And within that positioning, it might not even be a big difference in price point or value. Take for instance, an Air Jordan tennis shoe. Okay, they position themselves to where they can charge $200-$300 and people are going to wait in line. But that doesn't mean that the quality of the shoe is any greater than a Shaquille O'Neal tennis shoe that you can get at Walmart. But they branded themselves and positioned themselves to where when you think of an Air Jordan or a retro Air Jordan tennis shoe, then it's like, oh, that is the cream of the crop. So how do you want to be viewed?
Right.
You know, what is the position that do you want to be known as, you know, the hometown agency that, hey, we handle everything in this zip code? Or, you know, if you're in Augusta, you can always depend on us because we're Augusta, you know, born and raised? Or,
Right.
you know, what is that message that you want to, you want the customers to tag along to your brand and your name?
Right, and Jordan finished playing ball like 20 years ago, right?
Yeah.
And the brand of the sneaker is still strong.
Absolutely.
You know, and look at how many NBA superstars we have played now.
Yes.
But that Jordan, that Nike, you know,
Right.
the Air Jordan, you know, I tell you, it has maintained
Yes.
its brand value, and that's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
Right, that's what it's all about. I really enjoyed looking at your site. And the one thing that struck me when you talk about positioning and branding, right? When you said, stated on your site, we consider our clients like family rather than customers, right? Relationship building is part of the brand. Relationship building is part of sustaining that value in the business, right? So when we talk about commitment and loyalty, right, to Focus Digital Group, it's all about looking at your clients as family. We're not just as paid clients, not just as people giving you money for a service, but it's about the family.
Absolutely.
Right. Tell us a little bit about that statement there.
So with us, we position ourselves to be your local digital marketing agency, right? So with digital marketing, there are so many people who do this, right? The rates, you know, they go up and down. I mean, it's a wide array. We're not the biggest agency, okay? We don't have the top experts in all the different platforms. But what we guarantee is that we're going to do the best for you, and if it's something we don't know, we're going to find out. We're going to work overtime to make sure. You can give us a call on the weekends. So is that relationship of not only, hey, your bill is due, we need you to call, and then you don't hear from us again until your bill is due again.
Right.
It's building that relationship. If you're having trouble, hey, I don't know how to connect, you know, my email to my phone. That's not really what we do. That's more of an IT. But I'll spend 45 minutes, an hour on the phone. Okay, what do you see now on your phone? Okay, click this. Okay, now go here, insert this to make sure that, you know, because when it comes to digital, a lot of people are lost.
Right.
So, and that even went, you know, became even more true when the pandemic hit. And a lot of our clients who were in the entertainment space, the restaurant space, when things went down and said, hey, we just can't afford it. My thing was not, okay, well, give me a call when you can. It's, hey, don't worry about that right now. You take a couple months, figure things out, we'll come back to the board, and you just won't get charged for these X amount of months. Because it's not about the money. Let's make sure that your brand is still being promoted out there. We can figure the rest of that out later. You know, we'll go ahead and give you X amount of free months. No, because it hit everybody hard. So, you know, those people who, you know, really depended on us, we're not going to say, yeah, that sucks. Okay, well, I'll give you a call in a couple months. No, it's a little bit deeper than that.
Yeah, because what many small business owners and entrepreneurs fail to realize, it ain't about the money.
No.
It ain't about the money. It's about the relationships. And Focus Digital Group look at their clients as family, right? And it's about building that loyal base of customers, because to any small business, or to any business in general, it takes more to get a new client or a new customer than it does to retain one. It doesn't cost anything to retain a customer, but it takes a whole lot. You gotta really invest in marketing in order to generate a new client or new clients. Right.
That's absolutely.
So the relationship building is so important. And as solo entrepreneurs, we are the face of our company, right? We are the company, right? You, Matt, you're the face of Focus Group.
Absolutely.
You know, and when Matt Frazier goes out to meet a client, right? When you go out to network, or you set up as an exhibitor at an event, you are focused digital group.
That's right.
Right? Unlike if you're working for Microsoft or IBM or something like that, you know, you're just who you are.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, you represent the company, but it's a big conglomerate, right? But as a small business operator, you're the face, so it's important to do everything within your reach to build relationships. The money will come. The money will come. It's all about the relationships. And sales, right? When we're thinking in the frame of branding and marketing, how important is that for an entrepreneur to understand, to make that connection to sales? Because I always say, as a consultant, I always tell my business clients that marketing leads sales. You gotta if the market don't know you exist, they can't do business with you, right? So the market has to know you exist, but then for you to now go out and make the sale. So how important is it for a small business owner to understand that?
So I always tell my clients that people can't support what they don't know about. They can't support you if they don't know, like you said, if they don't know you exist. So you have to come up with some type of marketing budget. It can be small, you know, it could be large, but it's imperative that you set that up, because the way that the digital platform is set up, and especially social media, yeah, we use it to socialize, but you cannot forget that it's a business. So I'll give you this tip and this advice. On your business profile, if you have 300 people who like your page, right? You have 300 people. If you make a post, guess how many people Facebook is going to allow to see that post?
Right.
How many do you think? What is the percentage of people you think that are going to see that post if 300 people like the page?
Exactly.
So they're only going to let about 5% of your total number of followers to see any given post. So a lot of people have the big misconception that I have 300 followers, so every time I post something on my business page, all 300 are going to see it. No. Facebook is going to say, we'll let 5% of those people see it. So if you have 300, well, maybe about 3 people. Yeah, about 2 or 3 people might see it. If you want any more than that, you're going to have to play some business ads. Because they're a business, they're in it to make money. So they're not going to let a business come and just get all this freedom and all this exposure without paying them. So you have to, and you can run some daily ads. It can be as low as $5 a day, and that'll get you more exposure than just the 5 or 10 people that's going to see that daily post. So don't get wrapped up in thinking, hey, I post on my Facebook page, once a week or twice a week. Unless you have about 5 or 10,000 people who like it, it's not really doing a whole bunch. You're going to have to go the paid ads route in order to really grow your page and grow your brand.
Right. And what percentage of a business's net profit should be itemized for digital marketing? Like what percentage of the net profit?
Well, the way I try to break it down to customers or clients, how much are you willing to spend for a good lead? And that's based off of the amount of your products as well. So if you're like, you know what, I want to pay about $20 for a strong lead per lead to get a good customer in, then we kind of go with how much your product or service is and how much you're willing to spend for a lead, and kind of go for that. But really, out of your profit, you should dedicate probably about 20% to marketing.
20% to marketing, yeah. And videos, we're seeing the incorporation of videos into marketing strategies and marketing plans. What is your recommendation for small businesses? Because we're trying to get our small businesses to understand that you too can market like the big conglomerates.
Absolutely. You
too can market like the big conglomerates. And there are strategies out there, there are consultants out there who can help you get to market through these various channels. So what is your take on or your recommendation on videos?
So by the year 2022, which is next year, 70% of all media consumed online is going to be video. So we are moving away from just the standard graphics. We are moving into the era of it has to have some type of movement in order to get their attention. Now just the still graphics aren't doing it, but it's not expensive to do. They have so many different programs and software that you don't have to be a graphic designer or a videographer. You can drag and drop. Okay, a lot of this stuff is like cut and paste. One of the more popular softwares and programs out there is Canva. In Canva, it's a free program. If you get the paid version, it's like $15 a month. But you can do graphic design, social media posts, you can do web banners, you can do video, you can do all of that right there on that one platform. And you don't have to be a graphic designer to do it. So it's available for you to do, but you have to stay above the curve. You can't still be, making a little PowerPoint flyers and thinking that that's going to attract some attention. Because remember, people online, their fingers are constantly going like this. It's scrolling. So what are you going to provide them that's thumb stopping? What's going to make them stop at least for 5 seconds? Because you're only going to get between 3 and 8 seconds before they're going to start back. So you have to tell them who you are, what you provide, and how they can purchase or contact you. So those are the 3 things you want to make sure that it's apparent. Okay, who are you? What do you offer? How can they book you? So remember that, because you're only dealing with about 8 seconds. So don't come with a big paragraph and a big wordy graphic. It's like putting a paragraph on a billboard that's on the expressway. People aren't going to have time to go through it all. They're going too fast. So don't forget to think like the consumer. Don't always think like the business owner, what you want to get out. Think of a consumer. Realistically, how long are they going to stay on your post, and what are they paying attention to?
It's like put yourself in the place of a consumer, because just as you are the business owner, you are also a consumer, and you go out to purchase items. And I know my attention span, I try to maybe read something, but I know, I need to scroll past, right? So even in my own marketing now, I'm looking to go back and to see, okay, how can I improve on certain things that I've already set or put in place? Because I'm hearing advice from yourself and reading marketing magazines and marketing posts and so on and so forth and white papers. And I say, I really need to start thinking like this. Because it's all about the attention span. And if the attention span is very narrow, then you have but so much time for someone to just flip through and go on to the next thing, right? And what are some, we talk about digital marketing and social media, what other services do you provide?
Okay, so SEO, which is search engine optimization. So that's basically, how is your website set up to where when people Google you, you'll come up on their top page. You want to be top 3, top 5 at the bare minimum. And if you're on that second page of the Google search, you can forget about it, because nobody's going to the second page. So you want to make sure there are certain ways that your website can be set up to where organically it can help you get closer to the top of that search engine. And we also help people go the paid route of setting up Google advertising. That means that you'll be at the very top of the top 3 for X amount of dollars per click. And a lot of people go that way because with the SEO, sometimes it takes about 6 months to a year before you really start to move up that ladder, because there's a lot of things that are taken into consideration. How often are you on the site? What other links do you have connected to your website? What type of traffic do you have going out to other links? What type of traffic do you have coming in from other links? That's why it's important when you have your social media posts, connect your website link so it's driving traffic from social media to your website. Because on the digital platform, everything is tracked. And with the Google Analytics, it shows how much traffic came in from Facebook, how much came in from Instagram, how much came in from Google. What pages did they go to? Where did they leave? So if they always left at the checkout page without buying anything, it means that maybe your shipping was too high, or maybe the shipping time was too long, but it was something that kept them from hitting the purchase button. So it helps you really narrow down the issues with your site. So, all of that is under the whole SEO and the website design.
Right, and that's great information, because sometimes, as an entrepreneur, you may not, depending upon your business, you may not have this information, right? And to understand, hey, this is the strategy I need to apply, right? If you're not doing a full out digital marketing project, do you offer like consultation?
Yeah, absolutely. And even with our clients, I try to explain it to where they understand it, right? So I come from a radio background, so I come from traditional marketing. I really don't talk a lot of tech talk.
Okay.
I try to really decrease how much I use these technical terms, because people just don't understand it. So I don't talk tech talk. I try to break it down to where they understand. Like the whole concept of a website. People think, all right, I want a website. They don't realize you need to have a website built. You need to have a domain, which is, what's the address. And they don't know that you have to have a server, a hosting server.
Yes.
It's not just a website. And the way that I break it down is that the website is the house, okay? The domain name is the address, okay? And then the hosting server, that's the property, okay? Right. And every year you have to pay property taxes on that website, which is your hosting fee. Okay, so those are the three elements that make up a website. And also make sure with a domain name, you pick something that's not too long, and if possible, try to choose a .com. I had a client yesterday, they're trying to figure out a domain, and they said, yeah, we want to do a .info. I said, no, because a .info, it doesn't rank as high when people are looking for you on the Google search with SEO. Now, .coms rank the highest. And if you have something like a Wix site, and it's your domain, .wix.com, then you're going to rank even lower. So you need to at least talk and find out, okay, what are my options, what's going to work best for me, and what's going to work best for my budget. And not only do we do that in the beginning upon sending you out a proposal to find out where you're at, but all through the process, we help you with different things along the way.
And that's good to know, because, when we're looking for a bricks and mortar location, it's like location, right? In order for foot traffic and vehicular traffic, and for people to find your business, you're better able to get business or foot traffic into your door if you are located in an area with high traffic, right? So people can find you easier. Same thing with the domain name, right?
Absolutely, because those domain names, it'll be the equivalent of having a brick and mortar on a back alley on a dead end.
Yeah, exactly. And that's important to know.
Right.
And for anybody who's listening that's just getting started and you have not selected a domain name as yet, that's very important. But even more important is to get in touch with someone like Matt with Focus Digital Group here in Augusta, Georgia. It's important to get in touch with folks who know how to avoid the mishaps, so you don't have to end up spending a whole lot of money and not getting the return on your investment, right? So before we close, we're going to wrap up. What is your unique selling proposition? What is your value proposition? What's unique about Focus Group? What value do you bring?
For us, I really believe that your gift to make room for you, right? So I believe to identify the gift and work on your gift. And I've identified my gift as being an ultimate creative. I'm just a creative person. So to take, a name and a brand and come up with something catchy, something memorable. So we're creative, we're consistent, and we're professional. And our thing is, we want to make your site look like you paid, tens of thousands of dollars without it costing that much. We want to make sure that you have professional looking images and correct spelling on your social media posts. We want to make sure that your automation is set up just like the big boys.
Exactly.
So we want to give our best foot we want to put our best foot forward for you just as well as we would someone that's spending, $10,000 or $15,000 a month. We give everybody the same type of service because the thing is, with us helping you, we're helping ourselves.
That's right.
We say that your business is our business.
Exactly. And that's where the family aspect comes into it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? That's where that comes into it. Because in creating what's unique about Focus Digital Group and Matt Frazier, it's also creating your competitive advantage.
Right.
Because there are a lot of key players in the digital marketing space. But your uniqueness and what creates your competitive advantage is what makes you stand out. What makes your brand stand out. And it's not just for Focus Digital Group, but also for you as well as an entrepreneur starting your own business or in the process of growing a business. It's something that it's important for you to know. And in growing your business, how long have you been in business?
3 years.
About 3 years. Yeah. Okay, so he's still.
Still a baby,
growing.
yeah.
Still a baby. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You ain't learned to walk yet.
That's
You
right.
kinda
That's
moving
right.
From creeping, you fall a little bit.
You fall, yeah.
Get back up.
And we've fallen a couple times. Yes. Yes.
Exactly. So what lessons have you learned? What lessons have you learned, right, on your 3-year journey? And what advice would you give to a young upstart?
I will say this, and this is the number one thing, because we are still a young company. When I came in, because of my relationships from my previous job in radio, I had a lot of contacts in the area. So when I came in, I said, you know what? I'll find me a group of people that can do the technical stuff, and I'll go out, I'll do the selling. Yeah. Number one mistake, always make sure you know how to do everything that your business provides. That doesn't mean that you have to do everything, but you do have to know how to do everything. Because if any of those key pieces left, you're going to have to fill in the gap until you find somebody that can do it. Now, you want to continue to fire yourself from these different roles in the business. You don't want to spend so much time working in the business that you can't work on it and grow. But it's imperative that you learn every aspect of that business before you launch it, and not just say, hey, well, I'll hire somebody from Fiverr or somebody from some of these other places to do this, that, and the third. You have to know how to do it.
Exactly.
You have to.
Exactly, and that's important. And it's knowing 100% of what the business is. And like Matt said, in doing business planning, we always have to identify the key man, right? And if you don't have that key man, or you lose that key man, how do you fill that in? Well, Matt, let me tell you something, man. I have enjoyed our conversation.
Me too, likewise.
I've enjoyed our conversation, and it's all about education. It's all about, information, right? And letting entrepreneurs know what are the strategies they need to follow in order to grow a successful business. And digital marketing is one of them. So, Matt, you have an awesome site. I enjoyed viewing your site. And I'm sure others may want to go to your site as well. So you tell them what your website is, what your social media handle, how can they get in contact?
Gotcha. Thank you so much for the compliment. Sometimes we spend so much time working on our client's website that we don't have, and we're in the process of updating ours now. But please check out our website, focusdigitalmarketing.net. So check us out. You can book a free consultation there. It's all right there. You can follow us on social media, Focus Digital Marketing on Facebook and Instagram. And if you want to give us a call, area code 706-400-4201.
Exactly. Matt said something very important. Free consultation. So if you're sitting there in your office and you're thinking, I really need someone to look at my website, right? If you're an existing business owner, or if you are a pre-startup and you're like, I need some advice. I really need someone to work on my website. I need someone to really help me with digital marketing. Free consultation. So definitely pick up the phone, give Matt a call. Give him that number again.
706-400-4201. And you'll get me.
That's right. And Matt is located here in Augusta, Georgia, but it doesn't mean that if you don't live in Augusta, you can't contact him.
That's right.
You know, we are in a digital world now.
That's right.
That's right. And
we have a lot of clients out of state.
Yes, right. We got clients out of state. So definitely give Matt a call, Focus Digital Group. Matt is a member of the Greater Augusta Black Chamber of Commerce. I am here on this Saturday interviewing several of the entrepreneurs who are members of this chamber, this wonderful chamber. And we are so thankful for having this opportunity to sit down with Focus Digital Group. Matt, thank you so much again for your time. And people, don't forget, share, like, subscribe to my YouTube channel, TMC LLC, and leave a wonderful comment. All right? Thank you so much for joining us this Saturday afternoon. We look forward to another interview on the On Location Spotlight Entrepreneur feature. Have a great day. Thank you very much.